I'm Scott, and this is episode 40 of What Makes This Map Great. We dive deep into amazing games, analyzing their level design, stunning art, creative combat, as well as uncover their secrets and see just how much they've influenced the gaming world. And in this episode, we're finishing out the third chapter for Half-Life, Unforeseen Consequences. We've survived the Resonance Cascade. The rest of the Lambda science team is stuck in the ruined labs of this facility. We need to make our way to the surface and get help. It's dangerous. There are frightening creatures invading from another dimension. But we are Gordon Freeman, a brave theoretical physicist. Wearing an HEV suit and armed with a pistol and crowbar, we press on to find our way out of Sector B. What's that noise? What the hell? Oh shit! Not friendly. Not friendly. Note to self, reconsider crawling into vents. This introduction is amazing. A scripted event plays out as we are introduced to the Hound Eye. A second one teleports in as well, trying to prevent us from saving this cornered scientist. The Hound Eye is a three-legged creature from Zen. In place of a head, it has an insect-like compound eye protected by eyelids, and it communicates using high-pitched sounds, with one of them being a damaging sonic blast. Let's play this one out one more time, but this time we'll save the scientist in the corner. Even with scripted events, you have a bit of agency with how events play out in Half-Life. You okay, scientists?
Yeah.
Good. This place is very different from the prior labs we left. We trade science facilities and labs for something a bit more industrial. Great destruction detail in this corner. The sparks and water from the broken pipes adds motion to a static environment. The busted door, broken glass on the floor, and the creaking fan just adds to the immersion. Metal panels make up walls with vents, piping, and support rafters. The place feels cold and lifeless. The lighting even supports it, leaning more towards whites and blues. As a result, it feels uncomfortable. Some small details help break up the flat walls. The light sources are beveled out. The floor trim as well has a nice bevel to it. Continuing through, we see a familiar person, the G-Man. Such a mysterious figure. It won't be the last time we cross paths with him. This room has some nice depth with the small alcoves modeled along the side of the wall, as well as adding a second level. The red pipe is quite eye-catching, contrasting with the blue lighting above. The yellow lighting is also a nice touch, creating small cones of light along the wall surfaces. And we've also got more trouble here. Hound eyes. One is even tucked behind this glass pane, which will make a dramatic entrance. Let's play it out. pistol makes quick work of them.
Oh my.
I love how scientists react to events around them.
Why, just look at those peculiar markings.
Even his comment about their markings was just spot on. With the glass broken, we can access this healing charger. Useful now that combat encounters are ramping up.
Seriously wounded.
We have two choices, left or right. Left is the main gameplay path, so let's go right to do some exploration. This door is normally closed, hiding a headcrab behind it. I love the cool green color of this space, a more welcoming feeling versus the cold whites and blues. We proceed up the ladder and find a fun encounter. A zombie with a couple headcrabs stand by some dangerous explosive containers. I think we know what to do here. To the right, a short hall reveals a wary scientist resting in the corner. We'll need to keep him safe for a rewarding secret ahead. Going left from the explosives, we are now on the upper balcony of the prior room. Always a great design choice to have layering gameplay spaces in your levels. Proceed across, and we reach this long hall. I like the use of the yellow lighting here, paired with the yellow piping. It gives each room its own color identity. An eye scanner to the left. We've learned this gameplay lesson before, but at the end of the hall, we have a terrifying sight. A zombie hovers over the corpse of a scientist. Well, we know where to find a living scientist to help us with this door. We just need to keep him safe. Surprise! Told you there was a head crab here. Let's blow these guys up. Love it. Such a nice payoff.
Ah, you have one of the new ATV suits. That should be very useful.
Yes, it's been quite useful.
Let's go.
Follow me.
You have no idea what is going on, do you?
Take care of the zombie.
I suspected this could happen, but the administrator just would not listen.
Yeah, those damn administrators.
Who is responsible for this mess?
The scientist opens the door for us, and we get some more ammo for the pistol, as well as grenades. Better be careful with these. This must have been a security officer station. With these kinds of supplies, it feels well bunkered.
I certainly hope you know what you're doing.
The AI is quite clever, but they unfortunately won't leap off balconies.
I refuse to go another step.
Now, let's continue down the main gameplay path and go left. Green pipes lead the way overhead, taking us into a large ventilation shaft. And things look ominous here. A dead scientist leans up against the wall. Proceeding forward, we get another scripted event to play out, introducing us to another new enemy, the Vortigaunt. Love the suspense, seeing the door get busted down over a series of hits revealing the creature in red lighting. This humanoid alien is vicious with the ability to claw and shoot lightning. They are fairly easy to take down though. Continuing on, if the Vortigaunt didn't scare you, we see a zombie climb out of a floor vent. Unsettling. Thankfully, it can't get through this metal grating. There seems to be a water tunnel underneath. We can access it with this hole here. But tucked in this back corner is a fun experience. A scientist cowardly hides in a dumpster. I don't blame him though. I'd probably do the same. With all of this terror and destruction, the map designers add in a splash of dark humor to help ease the tension. In regards to the hallway geometry, it's all fairly planar, but there are some small features that help create some detail and depth. Bevels at the corners of walls, the piping above, and even this chunky barrel help make this space seem believable. The spinning fans layered behind metal bars is a nice touch as well, and the colored lighting and shadows are beautiful. Let's proceed. Watch it. Where do you think you're going? Some ammo to reward us after that fight. Let's deal with this zombie from here where it's safe.
Go another step.
That's fine. You can stay here. Those head crabs always get the jump on me. Top off on health. Not everything can be destroyed with the crowbar. Let's continue forward through the sewers. I can't seem to hit this head crab leaping up, so let's get the drop on him. By the way, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, consider supporting my channel by liking, subbing, doing all of the YouTube stuff. It is greatly appreciated. Let's keep going. These sewers aren't that remarkable. Exploring, we do get a peek of an open vent. Don't forget about it. The water is a nice blue color, seems filtered and clean, as we discover a crank at the end of one tunnel. Notice the light sources have a subtle motion to them. It's a nice touch. Okay, let's turn the valve. The water rises. A quick lesson in swimming here. Admittedly, I drowned a bit the first time I experienced this back in the day. Swim through the opening, and we're on the other side of the grating with the dead zombie. Notice the piping color change here? Again, using color to help identify each space within the level. The pale green matches the contents dumping out of the broken pipe. It's also a subtle hint of the next section we're headed to. Now, this next area is a treat, and a memorable early experience from the game. This room really opens up from the tight halls we just walked through. Compared to the hallway entrance, it's roughly 3 stories tall. The ceiling is detailed out with rafters and support beams, and the lighting blends between green, white, and yellow. Such a creative blend of colors that mix well with the light-colored metal textures of the walls. The yellow strips along the floors highlight a lift and the lever that controls it above. It looks like a long way down. Better watch your step. Also, I wanted to point out a bug. Notice the flickering of the light textures above and the caution label by the lift? That's called Z fighting. In simple terms, when you place a planar mesh on top of a flat geometric surface too close, the renderer has a hard time deciding which plane to render first. In the Z-axis of the viewing camera, you, the player, it causes a flicker to happen. Easy fix? You could model out these details a bit more, similar to the lighting sources in the prior halls and rooms. I'm gonna guess the map designers were short on time and couldn't get a fix in. Let's continue. Going down the long shaft, we descend into the lower sections of this complex. We transition from metal paneled service shafts and halls into a deeper section of Lambda. The water here is grimy. We might be close to some sewers, and the crates next to this service elevator makes me think that these are distribution tunnels. See that health charger up top? Don't forget about that. Back to the top though. This elevator is a bit of a puzzle in itself. The lift starts moving once you pull the lever, and some head crabs climb out of a nearby vent shaft. But don't mind them. You'll need to move quickly and get on that elevator. Too late, and you fall to your death. You could try to hug the wall on your descent, but once you hit the water, you'll discover there are some grinders underneath. How convenient. So, pull the lever, jump over the railing, and enjoy the ride. Just watch out for head crabs. They'll be sliding down the shaft wall and leaping for your dome. Some simple dodging will avoid minor damage. If you're good, you can smack them out of the air with your crowbar. But as the lift gets closer to the bottom, pay attention to the left side. Remember that health charger? This is your chance to leap onto that raised platform. A clever setup using a descending platform while setting some head crabs loose. And the player is stuck, waiting for this lift to descend. It creates a sense of tension and panic as you see those head crabs slide down one or two at a time. I love it. Let's use this opportunity to test out our grenades. Just be careful and keep some distance. And clear out some head crabs before we jump down. Well, we have a friendly hound eye teleport in. It looks excited to see us. This serves as a great demonstration of physics and destruction in the game. Once we deal with the nearby threats, we can bust these crates open just like the hound eye did, except we use our trusty crowbar and find some ammo. Let's proceed down this L-shaped hall. Looks like we have a stalker. Approaching the bridge, we get a quick preview of a new enemy. Until it falls, destroying the walkway and falling to its death. We're presented with a new puzzle. It's a platforming one. These pipes and machinery along the wall stand out from the concrete walls, and they lead to a small vent in the corner here. We better move quickly before the headcrab catches up with us. Watch your step and move carefully. Through the vent, we get a preview of an upcoming space. Bust through this protruding grate, and we safely made it across the gap. Doorway to the lower canal. We'll come back to that later. A battery and some more crate bashing leads us to a few more batteries. And here, we get reintroduced to our new enemy type. And it hates headcrabs. This space is massive. We've definitely entered a distribution center deep within Lambda, and it seems to share a space with some sewage tunnels. Large bright lights illuminate the space from above as the murky water waves and flows below. The bridge to cross is also broken. We'll have to make our way down. But be mindful of this threatening creature. The bull squid, a highly aggressive creature from Zen. They spit poisonous acid from a distance and can perform charge attacks and tail whips up close. They thrive in dangerous environments like toxic waste and sewage and are extremely territorial. Bull squids seem to dislike headcrabs, attacking them on sight. This headcrab hiding behind the crate is lucky. Down at the water level, there's a health charger tucked in a corner. Our way through is on the opposite end of the canal, highlighted with a red light off in the corner. I love sewer environments in games. Such a cool sightline here. But you'll want to take care, as there are many barnacles hanging from above. They seem to be fishing for food in the sewage water. If one grabs you, you'll become their next meal. Quick texture lesson. These walls have a suspended cable detail up top, but the surface is completely flat. A lot of these texture details are transferred from a high poly model down to a flat texture. Even the shadow information is baked onto it. That's called ambient occlusion, a technique that is slowly being phased out today since we're moving towards real-time lighting versus baked. This end of the canal, there are no grates filtering the water, giving us a way through. It's dark and kind of gross. In the corner is a ladder leading up with a health charger. You probably need one of those nearby if you're working in these sewers. So, back to it. Let's show that rude bull squid what a grenade is. We could jump down, but let's take the ladder shaft from earlier. There's that vent we came from. Layers and layers in this map. A simple connecting hallway here with interesting light sources above. Open the door, and we're at the ground level. If you get caught by a barnacle, be quick to shoot it dead. You'll save yourself from taking too much falling damage. This section also serves as a nice physics playground. You could push these crates into the water, and you'll see that they float. Jump across carefully, and you've made it through. Or you could do it the dirty way. Traverse towards the red lake corner here and jump into the sewage water. Wade through to the other side. I wonder if this blood came from the bull squid eating someone. Carefully walk through here. Watch out for the head crab. And we can now proceed forward. This hallway is so different from the prior transitioning ones, with its bevels up high, which you only notice if you happen to look up. And now we enter the final challenge of this chapter. Some sort of crate distribution system that is no longer functioning. Suspended crates hang up high, with a dark pit below, and our way forward across the gap. Should you misjudge a leap, you'll fall to your death. I love these down-facing light sources. Create some nice cones of light along the walls, framing these bright red ladders. Time your jumps and use the cables to catch your landing. That was a close one. And we made it. We proceed again through a small network of tight halls and up a ladder. These lighting changes and the use of interesting shapes for these shafts keep it interesting. Through this final door, and it's a wonderful discovery. We've made it to the other side of this broken bridge overlooking the canal. What a view. Down the hall, we have our exit. An elevator highlighted in green lighting contrasts against the warm yellow lights above. It's time to take this up to the surface. Unfortunately, it seems to be limited in its functions. Press the button, and we arrive at the office complex. The effects of the resonance cascade were much worse than we could have imagined. It is just as messed up here as it is in the labs. Power seems to be malfunctioning, creating some dangerous electrical hazards. We're lucky the elevator was working. This next series of maps is another wonderful experience in Half-Life. We'll make sure to cover the office complex in a future episode. So here's the part where we go over some quick trivia regarding our featured map. This map was created by a small team of 4 map designers. We've got Brett Johnson, John Guthrie, Kelly Bailey, and Mark Laidlaw. In the part where the Vortigaunt breaks down the door in the service hall, that specific entity is named George Clinton. This is possibly a reference to American funk artist George Clinton. I wonder if maybe one of the map designers is a fan. Here's a big one. Apparently, the appearances of the large lift, the entrance to the canal, and the canal itself were based on designs from the manga Akira. The main character of the manga enters a secret military base located beneath an Olympic stadium through sewers. From the outside, it looks like a sewage treatment plant. The character Akira is stored within a cryogenic chamber at the bottom of the lift. And then lastly, the iconic lift ride. It also appears in the expansions Opposing Force and Blue Shift. You know, I've only played through those once, a very long time ago. I might need to revisit them again. If I miss any interesting trivia that you'd like to share with the community here, please leave it down in the comments section below. So, what makes the second part of Half-Life's Unforeseen Consequences a great series of maps? Well, it really comes down to how these levels layer gameplay mechanics to build this cohesive, immersive experience. There's environmental storytelling that takes you from sterile labs to industrial service shafts, and then through a distribution tunnel linked to a gritty sewer canal. Every space feels intentional and lived in. The pacing is wonderful. You're constantly introduced to new threats like the Vortigaunt or Bull Squid without ever feeling overwhelmed. They're great setups for learning how to deal with these new enemies. These maps also serve as a physics playground, experiencing the power of explosives or even witnessing an enemy have an effect on the environment, smashing crates open to find items, or use them to cross the canal by pushing them into the water. The environment is not only a beautiful backdrop, it also acts as a tool. And the lighting. As someone who exited the games industry as a lighting environment artist, I just love the way these map designers use lighting in these spaces. The contrast between the cold blues and whites of the service halls to the warm yellows seen in the sewer canals, it naturally guides your eyes as well as provide a vibe for each space. And the last thing I'll say is the layering of spaces in these maps. It's a key lesson in map design. Seeing the G-Man on that upper balcony wasn't just a scripted moment. It creates curiosity and pulls you to explore and find your own way up there. You even get rewarded for it with that security guard stash, so long as you have a scientist handy for the eye scanner. Seeing connecting halls through a grated window, a preview of where you're headed, crawling through a vent, and seeing a space below through the grating, the broken bridge at the canal, showing you your destination out of reach, but you find a way to get there. This chapter of Half-Life shows that great level design doesn't just host the action. It's part of the story, creating moments for the player to think, explore, and immerse themselves in the world around them. You made it to the end. You're awesome. What do you think of the second part of Half-Life's Unforeseen Consequences? What was your favorite scripted sequence? And did you throw down with the crowbar on the descending elevator? Or were you more like me and you just dodged the head crabs? I'd love to hear your stories. Share them down in the comments section below. If you have a question you'd like featured in my Q&A series, leave it down in the comments section with the tag Frags and Coffee. And who knows, you may be featured in a future episode. Shout out to my channel members. A special shout out to Radagast5316. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. If you'd like a special shout out as well, consider supporting the channel by providing a super thanks. Check out my membership tiers for cool perks like early access to my videos, priority responses to your comments, access to channel unique emojis for future live streams, or you can even put them down in the comments section too, as well as a special role on my Discord server, which I will have linked down in the description below. Enjoyed the video? Hit that like button, share it with friends, and subscribe for more great gaming content. And if you're looking for more, check out this recommended video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.